That's pretty much today's list. We got to go ahead and involve 12 volt DC step down, make the wiring for the OCC bike, cut a hole in that, mount up the chain so that we can finish up the hill climb swing arm. I got to grab a 17-inch front wheel, take it to the house so that we can downgrade the SSR setup. And then thinking about changing out the head of mine, even though this is less power, it seems, but I'm sure we can figure out how to modify it for more. For my troller motor after our weekend experience. I also learned that the brush motors, these brush motors are about 65 to 70% efficient. These brushless motors right here are about 77 to 87% efficient. That being said, I can get about 10 to 15% more going to brushless. Well, there's a new type of brushless troller motor that China makes, and it's somewhere in the mid 80s, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can order one of those and try it out. But first, I'd like to get some more RPMs out of one of these before we move into a brushless. Anyways, let me go ahead and turn the place on. Because we live in Texas and we're right next to the Gulf, we have to oil down our steel and keep them lubricated. Everything rusts pretty quick if you're not careful. And that includes bi-weekly and tri-weekly WD-40s. So we have to spray down everything to keep it from oxidizing. 2 weeks ago, that was a shiny part. But because we touched it, we played with it, we put our oils on it, and that made it acidic. We're supposed to be base creatures, but because we, the crap food that we eat, you know, we're more acidic these days. Look, this is what happens when you don't have the AC running all the time. That's rust. It's just from the moisture in here. So when it comes to expensive equipment like this, you have to maintain it often. Make sure that there's no damage to anything or that it starts to oxidize. What we eventually have to do is put a giant curtain over this bad boy. Make sure that anything that comes off of this serious brushless motor doesn't hit the electricals, the water cooler, anything outside of this table. So when that happens, there's going to be a whole lot less playroom in here. And I won't be playing with these guys so much. We'll be making bigger bikes. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, I have a lot to do, so let's do it. All right, so for Mr. Mel. Mel, we got to go ahead and take care of you. This is the gentleman who mailed me $100 with a letter handwritten that he had to have a friend send to me. He gave me $100 so that I could send him one of these, a used razor fork, you know? But I don't like that idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook him up with a set of Honda XR70 forks. I still have 2 more sets, so I have plenty to go, and you know that I'm not gonna use these anymore because I have all these other ones I use. But this is a fine upgrade. So Mel, you're gonna get hydraulic forks, man, for $100. The only thing I have to do is make the bottom clamps on the tray, right? And then I gotta make your brake adapter. And the brake adapter, because these guys are old school drum style forks, I have to make the plate that we made about a year ago. And what it does is it holds on to the bicycle brakes that you get from a razor or when you do razor upgrades. And I think I have 1, 2, 3 more left. I have 3 more after this one, so hopefully I don't mess it up. So I gotta make that for you today too. That way I can ship out your fork. Now we got most of our components. First thing I gotta do is size it all. So I'm gonna take my blank, which is too small for this bolt. We'll go in. So I gotta make it the right size. And then once we get it the right size, I have to get the tab fold over the correct way. So that when it sits, it's hugging this.
I don't like this.
So what I need to do is I need to make that bend right there. And I'll make it wrap around. You should take care of it.
In '09, we was still on the bus, nigga. Before I knew it was the lunch, when I didn't have a brush, when it still was a hoes trying to fuck with me. Before I cleaned up a bit like his company coming. I ain't know we was on the cusp of the money, trying to get a few bucks under custody. And my twins was all said brothers, so my king gully and my skin tough and thin, things covering my eyes now. They blind like I'm just high now. And if this is good way to clear my mind out, I need to find out. I'm doing fine.
All right, here we go. Here we go, Mel.
When I talk now.
Turns out the guy that gave me the $100 bill on the letter, he's not a kid, but he's a child at heart. He's 75 years old. And he's like, can you please make me a fork? I'm like, you're getting hydraulics. I didn't tell him until this video, but he's getting hydraulics, so that'll make that. And then the bike's coming down for this kid that asked for this. I'm sure he watches the channel, so he'll know it's coming apart now. And then I got some sprockets and chains, and then we got the OCC bike. Do the same. Huh? Okay. I think the doctor said it was infectious. What?